Owning a beauty salon means that you're in the business of making people look and feel their best. But in today's digital age, if potential clients can't find you online, they're booking appointments with your competitors instead. A well-designed website is the key to growing your salon, showcasing your expertise, and turning visitors into loyal clients. Without one, you're missing out on valuable appointments and brand awareness. Today, I'll walk you through how to create a beauty salon website that positions you as the go-to expert in your area, attracts new clients, and keeps your booking calendar full. Plus, I'll reveal the #1 mistake that most salon owners make and how to fix it in just a couple minutes. The first step is picking the right platform, and there are plenty of options out there, but for beauty salon owners, my top recommendation is Wix. Now, with over a decade of experience building websites myself, I can confidently say that Wix is one of the most user-friendly and visually stunning website builders available. It's mobile optimized, packed with features like online booking, service pages, and customer testimonials, and best of all, it's absolutely free to try. And Wix makes it really easy to create a gorgeous website without hiring an expensive web developer either. So to begin, go ahead and click on the link on the top right of the video here, or check out the link in the description. And by using that link, you're not just starting your website, you're also supporting me and this channel, and I truly, truly appreciate that. So let's click on that now, and I'll walk you through the whole process. Okay, so assuming that you clicked onto that link there, you're gonna go ahead and be met with this screen. So go ahead and put your email address in there and click on Start Now. Okay, and then from here, you wanna put in your email twice and then your password, and then click on Sign Up. You can always continue with Google or Facebook as well if you prefer to sign in that way. I like doing it with email just because it's kind of separate. So, go ahead and set that up. And once you're ready, click on Sign Up. And now they're gonna be asking you, so let's get started. Who are you creating this website for? You just wanna say for yourself, my business, or a friend. Go ahead and click on that. Now here it gives you an option, right? So follow a step-by-step guide, get a personalized AI-generated site, or explore the platform myself. So it's basically asking you, how do you wanna get started with this? I highly, highly recommend that you follow a step-by-step guide. If it's your first time, even if you're experienced in this stuff, you really do wanna do this step-by-step tutorial that I'm gonna show you here, because I've done it so many times and I know that it really gives the best results. I've built many, many websites on Wix. So we're gonna go ahead and click on that and click on continue. Okay, so now it comes up with this chat and it says, do you wanna have a chat with AI about your site? Now your thought might be, oh, I don't wanna do that. I'm just gonna close it out. Don't do that, okay? This is actually very helpful because what Wix will do with this, you put in some information about your site and everything that you need. It'll actually do a lot of the heavy lifting for you. So it'll build out pages. It'll do a lot of that stuff that you don't really know a ton about doing, and will just take time. So it'll do a lot of that for you. So don't set up without the chat, right? Don't click that. Click on Start Chat. So we're gonna go ahead and start the chat here and figure out what it has to ask. So first, tell me what your site is all about. So what I put is, I have a beauty salon and focus on hair. I know that beauty salon is kind of interchangeable, right? There's beauty salons, you could be nails, makeup, hair, whatever it may be. So I just said focusing on hair for the sake of this. And then I want to build a website for my local business. So we'll go ahead and click next. Next, it asks, what's the name of your beauty salon? All right, and so for this, I put Hair Angel by Ronnie. My name is Ron. I'm just putting something that would hopefully resonate with you. It's a terrible name. Do not do what I'm doing. But you get the idea, right? You just put your name in there. Then it asks, who is your target audience? So this is important because it actually will adjust the messaging on the site for your target audience. Okay, so I put in 95% women ages 25 to 45 who come from middle-class families, just to kind of give an idea of, the actual amount of money that they have, etc. Okay, and here it asks, do you have any specific goals for your website? For example, do you want to offer online booking, showcase your services, or sell beauty products? Now here we want to take a second and really think about the pages that we want and put some of that information in here as well. Okay, so here what I actually put is, yes, I want to have the following pages. So I want a services page, I want a portfolio, I want contact/booking, testimonials, and about. I didn't go with selling beauty products. You could say that, yeah, you could have a page for that and they can buy the products to your website. My thought is they're gonna come in for the treatments anyway, assuming it's hair, right? So usually when you get them there in person is when you kind of upsell to all the accessories and things like that, the products. So I'm just gonna say that we want these specifically. And what makes your salon unique compared to others in your area? So I've been in business for 20 years. I love what I do. And I only allow a certain number of guests to book with me so that I keep my availability. Just because I know sometimes salons it's hard to get in. And if you are really strategic and say, well, we're only going to have this many clients, it could be a way of marketing yourself and being unique. Not necessarily something you have to do, right? But just some kind of an idea of what I had while I'm doing this. And it asks, where's your beauty salon located? And I'm going to say Chicago, Illinois. Okay, so from this point, it basically says, hey, we're all set. This is all that you need. And what you'll notice is on the right side, we have what kind of site type it is. the site apps, location, goals, target audience, tone of voice. This is why you really want to talk to the AI, because once it has that information, now it can create your website and do it the way that would actually make sense. So we're going to click on Go to Dashboard here. And it's going to take a second after you click that. You can see on the screen, it takes a minute to get everything all set up. Okay, so now you can see we are in what is called the CMS, the Content Management System. So this is kind of the back end of the website. Nothing that the public will see. It's just for you as an administrator to mess with. And there's a lot to that, there's a lot of different things here. We'll go over this in a minute, just with the initial setup. But what I want to talk about now is designing your site, because that's really why you're here, is to create a site, right? So now we're going to design the site, which is basically the front end of the site. This is what visitors will see when they actually visit your site. So let's click on Design Site here in the top right. And here it asks a very important question. So do you want to customize a template, or do you want to generate a design with AI? I actually highly recommend that you customize a template. You don't have to, but I recommend this just because I feel like these templates, the thing to understand, most websites on the internet, most of them are already built with a template, whether you realize it or not. So usually what they'll do is they'll have a template, they'll change the images, they'll change the fonts, the colors, etc. But the skeleton of the theme is really what the template is, right? Or the skeleton of the site, rather, is really what the template is. So it's really common to use a template, and we can customize it the way we want. Generate an AI design, you can do that if you want. Last time I did, I just wasn't too happy with the results. I thought the site was basic. So I actually prefer customize a template. So we're gonna click on that. Okay, and now you can see that we have some options, right? So we have beauty salon up top. You can always change this. If you want to change it to hair salon, we could do that. We'll keep it a beauty salon now. And then we'll actually give you options. Now you look at these, and this is actually, beauty salon, there's a lot of them, right? There definitely is. So what we're going to do, we're just going to choose 3 for the sake of this, okay? And I don't recommend that you put too much. This is really a nail one, so that's not really where we're focused. Let's go with here. So there's, a lot of different options here available. I'd say just choose 3 that kind of at first glance look good to you. And then you really want to kind of hone in on the look overall. And again, the skeleton of the site, the main formatting of it, and then decide from there. So I'm going to close this. Okay, you don't want to choose any of these sites yet. What we're doing is we're scrolling and we're just looking at the site. Okay, we're looking at what the site has. So we're seeing here, okay, this is mostly for an eyebrow thing. So it looks like that's kind of a difference, but they have that on the front page. Now, again, you may be looking at this and say, well, we change the world one eyebrow at a time. Well, I do hair, or I do, makeup or whatever. It's okay. You can adjust this, your messaging, the colors, anything you want. You can adjust it, right? So we just look at it again for the template, the main template, like the homepage right here. It's a pretty good homepage. I mean, it goes into the story. I like how they have the booking right there. And then it has a follow us, so it integrates directly into Instagram and maybe other social media as well. And then the contact page. So I actually like this. I think it's a pretty good intro to it. Let's see here. Okay, so this one's kind of an all-purpose site. Again, this is your offerings that you'd have, depending on what it is. Yeah, so if you offer many different things, it has all of it right here, which is kind of nice, right? And you can actually book everything here, which is cool. I think it's a little bit long there. Testimonials, which makes sense, and then actually visit us, contact page. Okay, I don't love that one. Just because I feel like I actually don't like this right here. I don't love this. I think it's just too much. But you can make it so people can book directly on the website, by the way, with Wix. So we'll talk about that in a minute. And then we go to here, sheer and style. Okay, so this is more of a hair one, right? So I said that we're going to focus on hair. So this is booking an appointment. Most popular service, wash and dry. Okay, so we have that. Testimonial section there. This is big time on Instagram. So social media, it looks like. Okay. So it really depends on what you like. I personally actually like this one a lot. I just think that it's got a clean design and it looks good. This one's good too. The second one it didn't do it for me. So we're gonna get rid of that one. So basically you're gonna decide, I'm just gonna go with this one. I'm gonna say edit this site. You don't have to edit this one, okay? You don't have to. I'm just choosing this one based on my own personal preference. So we're gonna go with that. We'll close out the other one. And after you click edit the site, it takes a minute to set everything up. So go ahead and let it do what it does. Okay, so technically you have a site. Right? Your site is actually up. After this pops up, all you got to do is click publish and you have a site. I'll click on publish right now just to show you. So if you click on publish, it's then going to pop up with this. You can click on view site and you could give this URL right up here to anybody that's, has access to the internet, they can put that in. They can actually see your site. Now, if you're worried, thinking, oh my gosh, I don't want people to see it, so amateur right now, it's not really done. It's not really done, but it's okay. No one's really going to see your site anyway. It's just kind of out there right now. But technically, you already have a site. Of course, we do need to design that site and adjust it. So we'll get to that here in a second. But technically, at this point, you do have a site. Now, you can always click publish. You can always click publish if you want, or you can click on preview, which just gives you a preview version of it. This is the back end. So this is going to be where you're going to actually, like the back end design. So now you're going to actually be able to click, move things around, design them, etc. So we're going to design the homepage in a second. Before we get into that, I just want to go really quick over the CMS, the content management system, because it's important to understand how these two work together. So here we will be able to do all of the editing and actually clicking, making things, visually. We'll be able to drag, drop, and you'll see the capabilities of Wix. It's great. On the back end, the CMS, this is the important part too, because what this is going to do is it's going to hold all the information. So if you actually accept getting paid, right? If you accept payments, it'll hold all that information for you and help process transactions. Booking calendar, if you want to have a booking calendar up, it'll do all that for you. Sales, if you all do any types of sales, like I said, if you want to have beauty products, you can always sell them. That's the way to do it. Also gift card sales, which is nice. Catalog, so this is the different services that you offer, pricing, etc. Blog, I mean, this is an optional thing. I did have it built out with a blog, but basically a blog will allow you to kind of showcase your expertise, right? And you throw images in there, etc. And then portfolio, so this is if you want to get into your projects and actually show different things that you've done, which you should, just to showcase your work. And then also apps. This is if you have a situation where you need some type of functionality and it's not available. So a good example of this would be live chat. If you want live chat on your site and it doesn't have it, you can go to the app. You can actually upload it and have it so that you have that now. Next is a site and mobile app. That's kind of technical stuff. Don't really have to worry about it. It does help for logo and branding as well. So that's a good part there. Inbox, if anybody fills out a form and tries to contact you, you can see it all there. Customers and leads. This is kind of cool. So once people start coming to your website, it'll actually keep all their, your forms and submissions, all that information there. Marketing helps with marketing. We won't dive deep into this here. There's a lot to marketing, but a lot of information there. And then analytics, which will actually show you who is visiting your site, where they're visiting, etc. And then automations, which gets more expert level stuff. So we won't focus on that, but that is the main initial setup that you need to know. Your homepage is the first impression that your salon makes online. So you want to keep it sleek, inviting, and visually appealing. Feature high-quality images of your salon, your best work, and a warm introduction to your business. Make it clear what services you offer and how clients can book an appointment. And make sure to also include a call to action that directs visitors to your booking page right away. Okay, so now we're into the homepage. Now I want to make something clear. With this whole tutorial, what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you different functionality and things that we can do. This website isn't going to be perfect because I'm not even going to use it, right? But I will show you the different things that you can do within and functionality to make your life a lot easier when you're designing your own. Okay, so now we are in the homepage here, and the first thing you want to do, so we can scroll down. We'll talk about all this in a minute, and moving things and adjusting text and all that. First thing I want to focus on though is the navigation. So the first thing that people are going to see when they come to your site is the navigation. That is in the header. Okay, so they're going to see the navigation, the header. And when you scroll down here, they're going to see the contact form, in this case, in the footer, okay? So the thing to understand about a site is that at the top is a header, at the bottom is a footer, okay? The header and the footer, generally speaking, for the most part, are going to stay the exact same throughout your entire site, okay? That's why it's so important to get the navigation right. Everything in between that, though, is what you can really adjust and visually change, right? You can technically change the header and footer, but just understand it's going to be across every site or every page on your site. So in this case, we want to look at the header here, the navigation in the header, and want to adjust this to exactly what we need. Okay, so we look at this navigation. It actually has a lot of what we already want here because when I had that AI chat in the beginning, I kind of told them what I wanted. It's a little bit weird that these aren't capitalized right here like the others. I'm not really a fan of that. So the first thing we're going to do is go to rename, right? And we'll just adjust those, right? And also blog. Oops, didn't want to do that. Go to the site menu. Go to blog right here. Click on rename. So we just want to put it all in capitals so it actually looks consistent, right? Okay, so we've got about, treatments, packages, contact, portfolio, and blog. Now we do want to adjust this a little bit. So first thing it stands out for me is treatments. I don't really like treatments, the wording. I like services. You could technically use treatments if you wanted to, but we're just going to change this for the sake of this to services because I said let's do that type of page and I think it makes sense. So we're going to say services. It could be treatments. It's, your own preference. Also, we have the portfolio all the way onto the right, which is good. That's basically going to be us showcasing our work. I think the thing that I don't really like, we've got this packages page, right? And I mean, services and packages seem like they're kind of the same thing. Let's click in here and actually see what packages are. Yeah, so this is like if you want to do treatments and have like a subscriber thing. I don't really think that this is all that relevant. So instead of keeping this page, what we're going to do, we're going to click right here and we're just going to hide from the menu. Okay. So now we've got that all gone. So now we've got about, services, contact, portfolio, and blog. Okay. So which is good. Now the one page that we want to add to here is a testimonials page. Now, technically speaking, every page on your site, for the most part, you want to have testimonials there or people speaking highly of your brand and saying good things. But I think that it makes sense to have a page dedicated just to that, to really showcase, not just because a portfolio, you could argue, well, on the portfolio page, I could have the work and then the person's testimonial there. Yes, and that's not a bad idea, but to have a unique testimonial page as well isn't a bad idea either. So to add a page, again, showing you the functionality of Wix, right? To add a page, we're going to click on Manage Menu, Add Page, okay? And now this is interesting because we're really looking for a testimonial page, but they don't really have a testimonial page, right? Which is okay. They kind of do. I'll show you. So we're going to click on General. And the nice thing about Wix, it just gives you all these different formats, right? Any of these pages will do. It's just, again, it's a skeleton of the page, kind of what the page will look like. So we'll just say, yeah, you know what? I like this one here. I'm just going to add this page here. It has a banner up top, which I think looks good. And we'll go from there. Wix will actually add the page for you. Okay. And then once you're here, you're just going to put testimonials and there we go. So now we have about, services, testimonials, contact, portfolio, and blog. I would say this is a pretty good start, right? We'll get to this page in a second here, but for now, we're going to rename it so that we actually have it right there. Okay, so this is pretty good. We want to adjust the menu a little bit and the navigation and kind of move some things around. Usually contact is more to the right. So we'll put that right there, right? And you can see I kind of adjusted it. About, services, testimonials, portfolio. I think this is a pretty good way that we organized it here. I think this is good. So now we have a good version of the actual navigation all set up. Now you might be thinking, well, what about these on the right here? And you technically would be right. So this really depends on if you're going to sell product directly on your site, like memberships or beauty products, you would want this because it gives people the opportunity to have a cart and to actually pay for everything, right? If you don't, and that's something you don't want to do, then you can actually remove this. It really depends on how you want to handle it. Now, in order to delete these, you just click on them, right click, or just click right here and then delete, right? You can do that, or you can just press delete on your keyboard. I'm actually going to keep them because we have the services page, and the services page, this will allow them to make an appointment directly on the site through here with their own login. And then we don't even have to have those conversations. You could just basically say, here's my calendar, go create your appointment. It's a lot easier than the back and forth texting, phone calls, etc. So I'm going to leave that there. But if you don't want that and you just want to contact you directly, just right click, delete it, and you're good. Okay, so now getting to the design of the homepage, right? Our navigation's good. That's always the first thing. Our navigation's good. Let's talk about the homepage. So it's really simple, right? So let's say that we're looking at this girl here. And we say, no, this isn't really what we want to do. We want to really adjust and make it so that the image is mostly about hair, right? So what we can do is we can go to Media for Wix, Shutterstock, Unsplash, or also this AI image creator, which is pretty neat. But for here, we'll just put hair model female. Let's see what comes up. And you can see, okay, like this one might be perfect, right? We'll just say, yeah, that's the one. We'll choose this image and we put it right there. And you're good. It's that simple. The other thing that you can do, which I think is pretty cool, so we'll change the image. So again, we have these that we can choose images from, which is good. But if you click on AI image creator, this is pretty neat. So we're going to do a photo and we're going to describe. So this is actually going to be AI creating the image. Again, I'm showing you functionality that Wix offers. This is a really big deal though, because if you can't find the perfect image, then it can be kind of tough because if you're like, in your head, you're like, well, I want a picture of somebody outside with beautiful hair smiling, right? If you think that, and you can't find it, you can actually go and create it with AI. So here we're just going to say a brunette young woman with beautiful curly hair standing outside during the summer. We'll say during the summer, if I could spell summer right. There we go. Okay, so we're going to create the image. Okay, so right there, that's one, which is actually pretty good. You can always create again if this isn't the one, but if for some reason this was what you had envisioned, you could say, yeah, you know what, that image is beautiful. Now, the beautiful part about this, and what I really like about AI, that is now essentially your image. I mean, AI created it, but it's essentially your image. You'll never get in trouble for using these images, right? And with these sites where you have to actually purchase images, it can get pretty expensive over time. So this is a great way to just create something. So there we go. We put that into there. You know, she's got the nice hair, etc. You can adjust it if you need be. You can crop it down, crop it up, whatever you want to do. We're going to leave it there. But if you say, you know what, I don't really like where the image is located. I just want to click and drag. There you go. See how quick that is? Very simple. One of the best things about Wix is that, you know, if you're just like, I think it should be over here. I think it should be over here. You can really adjust wherever it is based on your own preferences, right? And I really like that Wix allows you to do that, because this is why you don't need a developer. So let's say that we're okay with this. We dragged it over a little bit. We're good with this. Welcome to Hair Angel by Ronnie. I think that this is probably a little bit too big. So we're going to say, you know what, let's just make it, 50 for the font size. There you go. And then here it says book your exclusive experience. And this is a button here. I'd say this one, vector art. So what this means is here, I'm going to preview real quick. So there's going to be an animation here. See how this animation is happening, right? And it still actually is on top of it, which isn't great. So we could say, yeah, you know what? I don't really love that that's on top of it. So we're going to go ahead and adjust and move that arrow right there to right over here. Okay. And then we'll just click on publish because it doesn't really matter. And then people can click on that. But the thing I would say is I'd say, well, you know what, this text here, I'm going to say, well, it's a little small, right? So we're going to click on change text. Okay, so we're going to click right here because maybe we're thinking the text is a little small, right? So we're actually going to click here. This is a button. So we're going to click design. And we are going to look at all the different buttons that are here, right? We can also just click on customize design. And just say, you know what, I think that the font should be a little bit bigger. Well, not that big, right? You definitely want to make it bigger, but not like that. Maybe like that, right? So now, click this, bring it over, and there we go. Well, I could adjust this, but you get the point. Now it says book your exclusive experience, and you may say, well, that's a good font size, so we'll have that. Again, if you don't like it in this place, you could just say, yeah, you know what, let's move it up a little bit. So there you go. So now we have that all set up on the home page, right? Here, our story, I really like this actually because it's really important to showcase your expertise right away. So I think it makes a lot of sense on the homepage. And you can see here that AI attempted to write something for us, which is kind of helpful. It's not perfect by any means, but Hair Angel by Ronnie is a premier beauty salon located in Chicago, Illinois for over 20 years, blah, 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 blah. You would obviously just click in, adjust the text. You could adjust this if you wanted, and you said, well, it's too big, too small. You can adjust that. Again, click and drag all the images. Let's say that you're looking at this gray back here and you say, yeah, this gray right here is ugly. I don't really like this gray. You could just customize the design, and we'll do fill color, and we will change the color here, and we'll go with a green, right? Let's say that green, and then we'll change the background to where there's more opacity right there. Okay, so we just changed that color, actually similar to the one above it. So instead of the gray, now we've got this other color, right? So you can adjust that. The other thing is if we're looking here, so now it's got exclusive services. We'll talk about that in a second. And then it just shows us, hey, this is where social media, all this stuff comes in. I think this is a great design, by the way. I really wouldn't adjust it. And I like the contact down here too. This area needs a little bit of work. Okay, so here at this point, I think that this part is a little bit too big. So this basically says exclusive services, and you can book our services, right? That's the idea. There should be a calendar here. Okay, so there should be a calendar here. The reason there's not is it does require some type of business plan to be able to do it. If you actually want that functionality, I think that you should from the aspect of it's really nice to not have all that back and forth, because you could spend a lot of time going back and forth with clients. So I really believe in the calendar. I think it's a great way to save time for yourself. But if for whatever reason you don't want the calendar, you can remove it from here and say, yeah, I don't know what plans cover what, but I do know that all their plans are very reasonably priced. So there should be a calendar here that would be showing. That's really what you want. So we're just going to leave that how it is. And you could always, if you didn't want it or you wanted to reduce it, you could just click right here and reduce the section. After deleting some things, you could reduce the section, right? Here we've got the Instagram stuff, and then, like I said, the contact. So overall, the homepage, I mean, if you're wondering from a design standpoint and somebody who's created a lot of different websites, this is a good design, okay? You don't have to reinvent the wheel. You don't have to adjust all these different things. Generally speaking, this is good. It's minimalist. It's nice. It's rather quick to the important things, which is good. So I think that overall the design is really good. But you can, I've already showed you can click, drag things around as much as you want to really customize it to your own preference. Your services page should clearly list everything that you offer. So whether it's haircuts, color treatments, facials, manicures, or waxing, whatever it is, break them down into categories, include brief descriptions, and showcase pricing if possible. Also, adding high-quality images and call to actions will encourage clients to book an appointment, which will help increase your conversions. So next is the services page. So I just want to show you, again, functionality. Here, you can click right here and then just click on services. That's a good way to do it. You can click in the navigation and all that too, but this is a good way to do it. I actually like this. I told you specifically that I kept the cart for this option. So one of the nice things is when you have this set up the way it is now, again, you can have people actually directly online book these things, which is obviously a really, really good idea, right? And they can click right here. So we'll get into hairstyling, make an appointment. And again, if you have the calendar and everything embedded and ready to go, they can choose the times and just save you a huge headache with time, right? And they can do it, they can go through, they can actually make their payment directly right on your website, which is super cool. It's just much easier than doing it any other way. Now, what I do want to say is in terms of actually editing this, there are some things to know. So let me go back to the editor here. Okay, so we're back at the services page here. And the thing to understand about this, and I talked about this in the CMS, so this is the bookings module, if you will. So when you click on manage services, what it's going to do, instead of you staying on that page and adjusting that page, it actually brings you into the back end of Wix to manage everything there. Okay, so when you click on that, you can see this is what it's going to bring you to, right? Again, it's in the CMS, and you can see here, so hairstyling, makeup application, facial treatment, right? You can click into any of these, you can edit them, and you can basically adjust what it is that's relevant or what is related to that item that you're trying to sell. So this is $85 for 1 hour, and then you put your business address in there. Per session with a plan if you do a membership, and then also per session or with a plan, depending. You could do the different pricing, all this stuff you can allow or adjust for whatever need be. The other thing that you can do, which is cool, is you can do, if you work with other staff members, you can actually assign these to certain staff members. So if one person is really good at, I don't know enough about hair, but really good at like dreadlocks or something like that, you can assign it where anytime someone clicks to get dreadlocks, it would go to that specific staff member, right? That's a weird example, but you get my idea. And then also, all the booking preferences, you could talk about all those and set it all up there. So this is just a really nice way of actually organizing it. The other nice thing about this is if you use this anywhere else on your site, that module, you basically put it in and it'll showcase all your products right then and there too. So it really does save you a lot of time. But going back to the page here, I mean, I feel like this page, it's pretty good. I mean, obviously we'd adjust the content and the look of everything. I would never, we have makeup, facial. If this was a hair salon, it doesn't make sense. But we would adjust this as needed, right? So that would be really important. But overall, I mean, when you get into like services and things like that, and like booking, things like that, you really just want to show them what you offer and give them the opportunity to actually buy. You don't really want to put a bunch of stuff in front of them because it can get a little confusing and distract them. You just want them to buy. So this is a nice little setup that they have here. So I'd probably leave this page, obviously adjust it for what you offer, but I'd leave this page. Next is your portfolio page. So a beauty salon is all about results. So showcase your best work. Feature high quality photos of your past clients, whether it's, stunning hair transformations or flawless nail designs or glowing skin treatments. A well-organized gallery proves your expertise and gives potential clients confidence in booking with you. Okay, so next we're going to go into the portfolio/gallery. You can tell this is a very, very, it's a nice design. It's very visual. You can adjust it as needed. You can see here, this says my portfolio. Obviously, you'd adjust the text. You can adjust layouts, etc. But I think it's really good as it is. Now, when you go into here, right, you want to click on Manage Projects. This is similar to what I just showed you. It's all actually managed in the CMS in the back end, right? So you put all that information into the back end, and then what will end up happening is is well, here, let's set up your portfolio with AI. It actually had me jump into this. So let's say, yeah. So let's say hairstyling, upload your images. I don't really have images. So that's kind of the problem. We just don't have images related to it. But you could see kind of how it works here, right? It'd be nice if you just set it all up. The AI will help you there. You set up everything. It'll push all that stuff out, which would be really nice. But for the sake of this, let's just go here. I'm just going to show you the back end, kind of what you could do. So when you're doing your portfolio, you could talk about the title, what it is, put, tagging information on it, the dates, etc., which is good to know. And then all the different media associated with that particular thing that you're doing. So if you have multiple angles of a haircut or whatever it may be, you could do that. And then you can go over here if you need to and add it to collections, etc. But overall, that's how that page works. Again, I like the design of this. I'm partial. You can always go in. You can adjust the layout, right? We could just click layout here and say, no, you know what? I don't like that layout. I like this layout instead. You can always do that. It just depends on your own preference, right? Very, very simple to do. It's all built in, which is really nice. So overall, that's how we would handle that. Next is a testimonials page. So nothing builds trust like real client reviews. So dedicate a page to customer testimonials and before and after photos. Encourage happy clients to leave reviews and display them proudly. Positive feedback reassures potential customers that your salon delivers high quality services. And the next page is the one that we actually built, right? If you recall, it's a testimonial/reviews. So obviously we'd adjust our content here, right? But this is kind of the thing. So right here we have, this, I could technically put a picture of each client and then put a little bit of information about it, all of them. But I say, you know what? That's kind of ugly. I don't really love it. So we're going to click on here. We're just going to delete that. You might be thinking, well, Ron, how are we going to do testimonials? Well, let me show you. So there's a better way of doing this. So we're going to go to add a section, right? And we're going to scroll down to testimonials. So remember how I said that they didn't have testimonial pages, but they have designs? This is what I meant. So what you could do is you go into here as a section and we'll say, you know what? I really like this one. And yeah, we'll just leave it at that. I mean, you could always add more, but basically this will be a section. You can then adjust this to whomever, whatever image that you want. It'll have this nice little graphic on it, and then they'll have the testimonials related to it. You can put their information. The other thing that is pretty cool about it is that this is really only page 1 of it, right? You can see these little arrows here. So you can see slide 1 of 3. We'll click to the next one. This would be the second slide. And then this would be the third slide. So you can adjust all of this content, right? You can totally adjust it however you want. Adjust the images. Again, if you say, well, I don't really want that there. I think it would be better here. And I want to move this down to here. You could do that too, right? You can adjust it however you want. Okay, that's the biggest thing with Wix. It's just point and click, which is the beautiful thing. Now, what I will say that I did just notice is that our clients say, but testimonials is on the bottom. Oh no, well, that's not good. All we gotta do is click on it, move that section up because that is a section. And there we go, okay? And we get rid of our clients say. It's repetitive, right? So we'll delete that and then we'll adjust this, we'll move this. Actually, we'll do this right here. That's fine. I think that space is fine. We can add more or adjust this up if we need to. But for right now, you can see kind of how it would work. And now we have testimonials. And again, if you need more, right, we'll go over to here, add a section. We will click on testimonials and we'll say, yeah, you know what? I do want another section of testimonials because I have so many, because you have such a successful beauty salon. You could do that and you can add them here too, right? So that's basically what you need to know about testimonials. But the key here is just showcase your work, show imagery, videos if you have them. You can also embed videos, which is good. But generally images are good. And I like to have testimonials in the navigation here, just because when people see that, they immediately are like, and they want to see what your work is or what work you've done. And this will make them feel, more comfortable actually purchasing something from you. And we can't forget about the About Us page. So this is where you connect with your audience on a more personal level. Share your story, what inspired you to open your salon, your experience, and what makes your business special. Highlight your team, their credentials, and your commitment to customer satisfaction. A personal touch can make all the difference in winning over new clients, so make sure that you focus on that as well. So next is the About page. Now the About page is a little bit interesting here, so let me show you why. So we're going to click on Preview. Now you can build out your own About page if you really need to do that. But this particular theme I think does a good job, and here's why. We're going to click on About. It actually snaps to the About section, right? That's on the home page, if you recall. I like that. I think it's a good use of space and everything, and just it's all right on one page. I like that. If you want to add a ton more about your about, you could. I already showed you how to build an about page. You could link it to there. You could be all set. I actually like the way that this is set up. So I'm going to recommend that you don't adjust it. Just put some information here. Don't put way too much, but put your story here. And I think that it's pretty good overall. But yeah, the about page, the way that it works, unlike all these others, it just snaps to a section in the home page, which is a good thing. It's on the home page. It's always good to have your about section anyway. So it's kind of a nice way of kind of melding the two strategies together. But yeah, you just want to sell people on you, on your story, where you came from, staff, if you have them, maybe showcase some more images of some of the other staff. You could do that too. You could add some staff down here. You'd be all set. So I like this right here. I'm not going to adjust it. But again, you could build out a whole about page if you wanted to. And you also need a contact and booking page. So make it as easy as possible for clients to book an appointment. Include an easy to use online booking system, your phone number, email, and salon location. If you accept walk-ins, mention it. Also, embed a Google Maps location to help clients find you effortlessly. This is actually similar to the About section, right? And I actually like it because it makes it so that when people click contact, it's a form that's directly on the site. I love that. You want to have the forms there anyway. Plus, we've got to book an appointment online here. So this is really where they can contact. So they can book an appointment online. You can also throw a form into here, okay? So I'm gonna go back to the editor and I'm gonna show you how we would do that. So if we go to here and it's like, yeah, we got a book an appointment online. The Wix forms, you can't really see it, but if you click right here, you can see there should be a form. So we're gonna click on edit form, okay? And we are gonna actually edit or add our own form, okay? Now any response to this is gonna be directly in Wix. It's really simple to do. And this, by the way, is kind of a pain. A lot of this stuff I've shown you is difficult to do by yourself. Hiring a developer, all this stuff, it's expensive. This is a nice way of making it easy. So here what we're gonna do for the form, we're gonna say we want a first name, last name, email, and long answer so that they can do whatever or put whatever they want in there to really let you know what they need, right? The one thing I will say is instead of just having long answer, what do you need? We'll put that in there. You got first name, last name, email, what do you need? Or what can I help you with, or how can we help you, etc. Whatever you want to do. We're going to go ahead and click save, right? And then what we want to do is we want to click back into settings. And then we will click the form that we just created. There you go. Okay, so one thing I will say about this form, it's all set up right now, right? And they actually, when they respond, it'll go into your Wix. But you do probably want to adjust it a little bit because you got this little submit, and I think it's just a black button, which doesn't really make sense with a black background, right? So we're going to go to this right here. We're going to go to the buttons, and then we'll do the submit button. And now we just want to make sure that we kind of change the color of it. I would say maybe like a white. No, that's not the one. Let's see here. Let's see. Okay, I think that this is the color right here. Let's change it to a green. Yeah, okay. We want to adjust the look of it, right? So we'll do that. And we need the text color to be black. There we go. So now instead of that just weird black amorphous thing, we have this green, right? And they can actually type that in. And they can also book an appointment online. This leads them right to the appointment booking thing, which is what we really want anyway. But if they have a contact, you can allow them to do that too. So if they have to email you about something, they can do that too. The next page isn't a requirement. It is optional, but it's a good to have. So it's a blog page. So a blog can really set your salon apart. So you can share hair care tips, skincare routines, or the latest beauty trends. Not only does this position you as an expert, but it also boosts your website's SEO, which will help you attract even more clients over time. And the last page that we want to focus on here is the blog, okay? So the blog itself, it's kind of difficult to understand. It's not difficult to understand. It's confusing at first. So you have a blog, which is the page that showcases posts. So basically there's blog up here and there's posts under the blog. This that you're looking at, these are all the posts within the blog, okay? So the blog will showcase these posts. In order to make a new blog post, which is what they call it, a post, all you got to do is you click into here and you would want to click on Manage Posts. And again, it's a good idea to have this to showcase your expertise, right? That's really what this is for. You go into here, you click on Manage Posts, and you can see you can click into any of these. We'll just click on Edit. You can create a new post here. You go into Edit, and it's really simple. I mean, it's self-explanatory, right? You can type whatever you need. You can add images, etc., links, and then you can just press Save, or actually Publish when you're done. And when you press Publish, it'll then showcase when somebody clicks on the blog. So in other words, if we publish something brand new, when somebody goes over to here and they click on the blog on our site, this would be where the new post would show up. And you can always adjust the design, etc., like I showed you earlier. So yeah, the blog is definitely worth having. There's a lot of good information there that you can include to kind of help people trust you and everything. But that for the most part is every page of the site that you need to design. So congrats, you have officially made it. Now, if you've followed everything in this tutorial, you now have your very own beauty salon website. And while there will always be tweaks and improvements over time, you've built up a solid foundation that you can proudly share with the world. This website, it gives you the exposure that you need to succeed online. Oh, and remember that big mistake that most salon owners make when building their website? Well, spoiler, it's not even about the website at all, believe it or not. So the biggest mistake that beauty salon owners make is not using email marketing effectively. So many assume that, once someone visits the site, they'll book an appointment right away, but that's really not how it works, right? Most clients, they'll browse, they'll compare, and then they'll take the time before they make a decision. Email marketing helps you stay top of mind, right? You can collect emails through your booking form and send automated follow-ups. You can share beauty tips, exclusive discounts, and special promotions for new clients. A well-timed email can turn a casual, website visitor into a lifelong customer. Now, to make this easier, I recommend using Brevo, which integrates seamlessly with Wix and simplifies automated follow-ups. You can check the description for a link to try that for free, or just click right up here. Now, remember, your beauty salon website is more than just an online presence. It's a powerful tool for attracting new clients, building trust, and growing your business. And if you found this helpful, hit the like button. And if you have any questions, just drop them in the comments below. I'd love to help you create a website that keeps your appointment book full and takes your salon to the next level. Thanks for watching.